Hi everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon so you're made of every time we put new content on. Become a member of the Barmy West Ham Army. We've got over 50 odd members, which we'll thank all at the end as well. And all you got to do, very, very simple, just hit that subscribe button. Just hit it. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. That's all you got to do. And hit that little bell notification. We want to get 10,000 by the end of the year. We want to prove still wrong. So hashtag prove still wrong. And also, you know, Manscaped, give them a plug as well. Always give them a plug. We always give Manscaped a plug. This is the first of a new series we're going to be doing called The Debate. We're going to have a big debate, a huge debate. Some may say a mass debate, and we're going to mass debate all night long talking about this one, this one subject. I can't put that in the thumbnail, so I'm not allowed to say it. But it came out of yesterday. Obviously, we played Man United. Areola played, and he played. I thought he played very, very well, and it got me thinking. Who's now our number one? Who is now our number one? So we're gonna show you some stats. We're gonna bring in some videos. We've got a special guest we'll bring on as well. We want to hear from you as well. The whole idea is to talk about one particular subject and dedicate some time to it. So we're gonna do the first one is who's our number one? Is it Fabianski? Is it Areola? Let's see. Now, don't worry, we're going to go through those stats a little bit later on anyway, but I wanted to bring in a special guest, a person who is probably more qualified than any of us in our chat because, he's a goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper again. He's come out of retirement. And also, he's a West Ham boy as well. Mr. Joe Seeley. Yes, Joe, how are we doing, big boy?
I'm good, Russ. How are you, mate?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Not too bad. As I said, rapidly on the way to 40, but apart from that.
We all are. I'm only a year behind you.
Yeah, well, my wife's 43, so yeah, she's a cougar.
Yeah, mine's 47. So
anyway, I say Nicole's a bit older, but you said it, not me. So that's all right. I don't get in trouble. Anyway, Fabianski, Areola. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's a difficult one. I think it's a difficult one. You can look at it. I look at it with two heads. One, Fabianski's been fantastic since he's played at the club. And then the other one is he's 36. The other guy's 28. He's played for some of the biggest clubs in Europe. And at some point, somebody has to take over. And is he the man to do it? And the answer probably is, for me, yes, at the moment. But at the same time, you look at Fabianski and think, why should he lose his spot? So I think it's a great position the club's in. But he's on loan, Areola, isn't he?
He's on loan for view to buy, with obligation to buy, isn't it? I think so basically we buy him, but as long as we don't go, it's what Fulham had last year. So Fulham had him obligate because they went down. But so the idea is, in theory, he'll be our goalkeeper next season. Yeah,
because I mean, if he's a Paris Saint-Germain player and they've got Donnarumma, so he's going to want to leave there, and he's probably going to want to go somewhere else if he doesn't play. So you have to go. We need to play him because we want him, because I think he's top class as well.
Yeah.
So, and he's 6'5", he's 28, he's in his prime. I think for me, because of that, I would start to play him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Fabianski. Fabianski's only got a year left in his contract as well, isn't he? So
yes, but this will be his last year at West Ham. He's openly said he's not retired. I mean, he's 36, so he's still, he comes out 37, still a couple of years, isn't he, really, to be fair. So yeah, he'll be gone next season. But obviously, this season, isn't it? And so, as I said, before we started, when we were waiting for Anton to finish because he was blabbering on with Matt. We're in a very fortunate position in that we can have this debate, where we can talk about two really Premier League quality, international quality goalkeepers, really. And it's a really interesting discussion. But I mean, I'm on the fence, really. I'm the same as you. He's like, yes, Areola, he played quite well yesterday. I thought he had. I find him quite entertaining to watch as a goalkeeper. He's quite, he's not where Fabian. I was having this discussion with a guy in the hairdressers today. I don't usually get my hair cut, but Mrs. Budden, I let her. It's not really got a cut. Look, Jesus, the guy took 2 minutes. Wiggy's in Ormchurch. I said I'd give him a plug, but he was saying, Fabianski's like a steady Eddie, where Areola's got a bit more about him charismatically, a bit like Adrian was, a bit crazy. I know a lot of people like that as well in their goalkeepers, but I'm on the fence, totally on the fence, man.
I mean, if you look at him from last season at Fulham, and let's be honest, in quite a poor Fulham team, it was quite good for them overall. Do you know what I mean? And that says something. He's 28, and you have to at some point start looking towards the future. But on my other end, you think since Fabianski's come, and when he come, I'll be honest with you, I thought he's all right, he's steady, he ain't great, but I think he's actually been superb for most of the time he's been with the club. He's been a great number one for him.
Yeah, and to be honest, until now, he hasn't really had any competition for the jersey, to be fair. You look at, Randolph, David Martin, Adrian, Fabianski was always the number one. And, and I think it's probably, maybe it was, we told him again before we started, that maybe it was like Adrian and Randolph, when they were playing, they were like vying for the number one jersey. Before then, it may have been Jimmy Walker and Stephen Bywater, sort of similar levels of goalkeeper. And now we've got a similar, and it's, and it's interesting. I mean, the fact is, I think someone put in the chat, we've got loads of games. We do have loads of games to play, but then consistency is the key as well, isn't it? You don't want to be chopping and changing all the time, really.
I don't think there's been a team that's done really well in a season chopping and changing their goalkeeper in the league. I mean, your goalie does need to play. One, because the team get used to him behind them. And maybe that's what Fabianski gives that team. If he wants to succeed this year, Fabianski's probably the safe bet for the team, because Dawson and everyone's played behind him for a couple of years or so. They're used to him. Where you bring somebody in, you don't know how that's going to affect the atmosphere and the club and the team as itself. But again, you've got to look for who's going to be the goalie for the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And if he's going to be your man and you're going to pay him the big money, then he's going to step in. But it's a great position to be in, and probably the two closest contending goalkeepers in the Premier League at the same club. That's probably De Gea and Henderson. And there's a bit of a gap there with experience. These two, you've got people that both played in the Champions League. Areola's played for France. Fabianski's played Poland. They played loads of games, and it's so close.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. I think, I mean, this is a similar thing to, as you said, Henderson and De Gea. I mean, Henderson did all right yesterday, didn't he? And De Gea did saved the penalty on Sunday, didn't he? So, it's one of those things where I think it's a very fortunate position to be in. For me, it's like, I think, as I said, I was on the fence, and then more and more I'm thinking, actually, Areola clearly is a good goalkeeper, and he's clearly going to be, 28. We've got a new defence. We've got Zuma, who's French as well. We've got Diop potentially, who played a really good game yesterday. French, Areola, French. Why don't we just start, as you said, start working with them now?
Well,
why wait? Why wait?
Yeah, do you know what? Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember when we signed David Jones?
Yeah.
From Man City, and he was the number one at City. And they let him go because they had Joe Hart coming through. Yeah. And maybe we're at that point. Could we get, for 36 years, could we get maybe 2 million quid for Fabianski at some point, or save that wages and bring Areola in? Because you go Fabianski, for me, when you look at the goalies that get to 40-ish, you look at Czechs and David Jones, the big uns, like the ones that have been probably the next level up in goalkeeping, the freaks in a way, like Czech. And is Fabianski going to be able to do it at 40? I'm not sure, because he's not physically that type of keeper. No, yeah. But you've got a 28-year-old that's coming into his prime that probably people are going to want. Yeah.
Well, I think the fact is, as you said, this year, this is Fab's last year, and Areola is hopefully, we've got on loan to basically buy next year. So you think, well, what are we waiting for? You know what I mean? Thinking about it now, I'm thinking, Fabianski's made it clear he's not going to be our number one next year. We've made it clear we're not going to have him there next year. as I said, it's one of those things where I think, the whole idea of bringing Areola in now on loan is to have that bedding in process, so he can get used to working with the team, the backroom staff, the goalkeeper coach, getting that relationship going with the goalkeeper coach, and knowing the ground and all that type of thing. So, he's clearly good enough. So
he had a year experience last season in the league.
Yeah,
he's not like he's been sitting.
No, exactly.
He played 4 games at Real Madrid and sat on the bench, and he's been on loan. But he played 35 games for Fulham.
Yeah.
So he's ready, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and it's funny because, as I said, I was looking at some of his stats, and it's like I've run them through. But he got look. So for example, they've played. Fab's obviously played a lot longer, as you can imagine. But you look at those clean sheets. So he's played 267 games, and he's got 109 clean sheets.
I know, but in defence of him, he's played for Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, I know.
And he played for Real Madrid. I know. So, Russ, you could have kept 250 clean sheets in them games.
I did offer something. I was a bit of a goalkeeper.
I know what you're saying. He's used to winning, and sometimes you want someone who's used to winning around the club. I think that can add to it. I can't believe we're talking about it. I'm already swaying towards Areola, and my brain would always say stick with what you know. But when you look at it all, piece for piece, you've got to go. I've got to go with him.
Yeah,
the other guy's leaving, so why play him?
No, I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. I know stats are. I work in market research, 9 to 5, so I know you can make up lots of different things with different stats. And as you said, the fact is Fabianski's played several years for a Swansea side who weren't particularly strong in that division, but still, it's impressive when you look at things like he's got he lets in less than a goal up appearance.
Yeah,
he has about half a clean sheet. He's 93 minutes, and he obviously clean sheet yesterday against Man United, against Martial, against Greenwood, against Fernandes. Yeah,
he made some saves as well. He looked solid, didn't he?
Yeah, very solid. He doesn't make that many. You can see, the fact is that, Fabianski makes a lot more saves on average because he's playing for a lesser clubs, basically. So obviously he gets some opportunity to make saves. But yesterday he made half a dozen good saves, and I did think watching it, he was almost trying a bit too hard sometimes, trying to impose himself. So obviously he's got the jersey. He had the jersey yesterday. Yeah. So, you want to impress to keep it for Leeds away.
Well, exactly. If you keep a clean sheet at Old Trafford, if I'm in, he's got half a right to knock on the door now, hasn't he, on Friday and say, am I playing? Do you know what I mean? Because I've just kept a clean sheet at Old Trafford in the cup against a decent team. They didn't play their kids. Do you know what I mean? That was a good result yesterday. They're a strong team, that. So it's hard for him probably to not play.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I totally agree. And you're right. It's not like it was a typical Man City B team or whatever. Where it's full of kids. It was 350 odd million pounds worth of play. You had Sancho and people like that playing as well. Look, see, you're an inspiration, Joe, says Happy Emirat.
Is that because I'm playing again, or because
is that because you've got the old gloves back on again? Gloves back on.
Playing this week at Swansea.
At Swansea,
yeah.
Who are you playing with on Swansea? Who's in the team?
We've got a load of people that are on telly, X Factor and Love Island. It's for a guy that died there, Mitch Powell. I think it was 20,000 people coming this week.
Brilliant.
We're on a tour. We're going around the country. I think we're at Doncaster and Lincoln, and I think we might be playing at West Ham in November.
Kill me, Wines.
It's a celebrity soccer. It's all for charity.
Celebrity soccer. We'll keep an eye out for that.
I played against Marlon Airwood the other week, actually.
Oh, good old Mazza, friend of the channel, top man, Mazza, isn't he? Top man, lovely guy. Are you enjoying putting the gloves back on? Because when we spoke before, when we spoke ages ago, you had sort of you were thinking about coming back out of retirement, so to speak. Is it good?
Do you know what it is? I like playing in these games because I was talking to the guys that do it. If I just would have played with my friends down the road, I'd be playing on the park, or if I was lucky, low semi-pro with no one watching. But I'm getting to play in front of 20,000 people on a Sunday for charity in different stadiums every week, and I think that's just great.
Yeah,
it's in the car, Nicole. Sorry, she wants my wallet. I know.
Chance for your fine thing.
I know. And I think that's the great joy of it. I'm turning up and there's kids supporting us. No one knows who I am because I'm playing with a load of YouTubers and James Arthur all these people that I don't know that do YouTube, but they're really big on it, like Chunks and KSI and Sidemen and all these people that I don't know who they are. But the kids, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The problem is I can't keep a clean sheet.
Oh, brilliant. Look, Joe, mate, I'm going to let you go because I don't want Nicole like shouting about you. Where's your wallet? Trying to find it. There's no money in there as well. So that's the trouble. She opened it. I don't want to see the moths flying around when she opens it. That's mainly what the reason is, Joe. But we'll make sure we'll keep an eye out for Sled. Next when you're at the Hammers, we'll make sure we give it a plug and get you on, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Take care, man. Cheers, Joe. Come on, you wine. Cheers, Joe boy. There we go. Good old Joe. Joe Seeley. Love him. Top man. Good woman indeed, Nicole from Housewives of is that Housewives of Cheshire? That's what my wife watches, isn't it? Right, what we got? Okay, let's have a look. We've got another little video. We've got a little video from you might have seen this. Anton put it up the other day. It's from Jimmy Walker, who I spoke to on Friday and asked him the same question I've just asked Joe Seeley. Is it Fabianski or is it Areola? So, Jim, empty glass, Jimmy Walker. I know. I do apologise, West Ham Network. Right, Areola or Fabianski?
See, you're going to ask. You want a one-word answer, don't you? But
no, I don't.
I actually. Do you know what? It's one of those. We said it when he signed. Areola's a fantastic goalkeeper, but Fabianski's been sensational for 3 or 4 years for me, and he's still a top goalkeeper. So it's great. The goalkeeping department's really strong at West Ham at the minute. I don't think. Fabianski got the nod at the start of the season, and it's going to be really tough to dislodge him. I thought maybe Areola would get the European games, or the Cup games, but we've gone for it in the Europa League, which is great to see because, like we said before, I'd love to have a run at the Europa League. It's one of those, why not have a go? We've got a really strong side. We could go a long way in it, to be honest. So you play your strongest side in that for me as well. But he's going to get some games. There's a lot of Cup games. He might nick the odd league game as well. Fabianski can't play 40, 45, 50 games for the season. So you'd like to think he'd get at least 10 or 12 games. Then you can see what he's made of there. And maybe when he gets that chance, he'll stake his claim then.
Yeah. But from a goalkeeper's perspective, can you play Thursday, Sunday?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. And there's no way, if the manager asked the question, he'd give the same answers I've just given you. Yeah, absolutely he can. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, Fabianski, they'll be working together closely every day. They'll know how good each other are. So whenever the manager asks, how are you feeling? Yeah, I'm great, Gaffer. Yeah. So they don't want to come out. They want to stay in playing.
Top man. All right, man. I'll let you go. Let's go get a bit. Let's go get a beer. There we go. We only got a beer. It was a free bar as well, which was an ironic thing. So he said Fabianski. You see, so Joe said Areola. And he said Fabianski. And I've spoken to quite a few ex-goalkeepers recently about the same question. Unfortunately, I couldn't be able to interview all of them. But a lot of people, a lot of the goalkeepers have said, keep with Fabianski. And obviously, Joe said Areola. So far in the poll, we're running that poll. Feel free to we won't close it or anything. So in the poll so far, we've got, what we got so far? 29% Fabianski, 71% Areola. Now, is that 71% because he had such a good game yesterday? Now, the one thing that interested me yesterday, Man United is a very wide pitch. Several times, Areola would kick the ball off the pitch. I don't know how he managed to do that, but he did. But what I liked about Areola was he was more forward as a goalkeeper, a bit more like the modern goalkeeper. And indeed, we've got here. Where's the come on, Budden? Where is it? Come on, Budden, get it together. Where is the kicking? There we go. So this is from whoscored.com. And again, I know, stats you can paint different pictures with stats. That makes perfect sense. So in sort of the last, I can't remember how many games, it's a couple of hundred games. Areola's at a 70% pass success rate. He averages less passes than Fabianski, and averages less long balls per game. So that might have just been a function because it was Man United. But it seemed that particularly Areola, his distribution was more. He seemed to have a bit more with his feet. And indeed, I remember watching him. When was it? On the game against Man United at half time. He was doing a lot of short passing with the goalkeeper coach, which was really strange at half time, like warming up his short passing game. So I think he'll have a very different opinion. Well, what we got is look at some of the chat. We went through some of it, but we'll go back through it properly. Apologies if I missed you. There's so many people in the chat. If you like this, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe, all that good stuff. Areola, Zuma, Diop was sorted. Fresh. I totally agree. The triangle, the V, the no, that's a circle, idiot. You know, I can't do it. I can't do a triangle. I want to do that. That'll do. The triangle, innit? That triangle, that Areola, Zuma, Diop, that could be our back line, our back three for the next 5 years. Realistically, couldn't it? I mean, you've got 28. You know, Areola's 28, Zuma's 26, Diop's 22, 23. You know, realistically, that could be a solid defensive three that I think you're going to get in one of the ones in the Premier League, one of the most solid sort of defensive three, all French as well. You know, Zuma and Areola are mates. And for me, I'm thinking, why are we waiting? Why are we having this? You know, we've got enough. There's enough games for to give Fabianski, you know, some runouts. But I think let's make Areola our Premier League goalkeeper, make him priority goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? Particularly with City. Yeah, you know, obviously now we're playing City in the Cup. We've got 3 games in 6 days. I think we've got Genk. We'll have got Spurs. No, Genk, Spurs, Man City. So you know we're going to have that. But as Jimmy said, you know, if you're in goal, you don't want to get rid of that shirt. And so, you know, you can play Thursday, Sunday quite easily as a goalkeeper. So, you know, the Europa and Premier League, maybe that's one goalkeeper, and we go back to that sort of cup goalkeeper routine we did before. You know, we're maybe having Fabianski there. It's weird for me. It's like I was still sitting on the fence before I started it. And, you know, Fabianski is one of the goalkeepers who I would not necessarily worry about. If the ball's coming across, I'm not waiting for him to catch it because I know he's going to catch it. I'm waiting for him to see where he's going to distribute it. Indeed, he's in my Hammers 11 because of the contribution he made. I think he's been our best goalkeeper since Rob Green. Sorry, Jim, but I think he's been our best goalkeeper since Rob Green. And actually, if you saw that video, you would have seen. You might have seen Alan Devonshire behind it, Eddie Bovington. There was a lot of ex-players there. So we're going to get some, we're going to get some. I was trying to get Tom McAllister, who was number 2 to Phil Parkes for many years. We've had him on the channel before. We're going to get him back on and talk to him. A lot of the people like Ian Foyer, I've been speaking to as well. He's a big fan of both goalkeepers. He was going to send for a video, but I think he's a bit busy. It's America. Steve Motone in Australia and Bobby Ferguson, spoke to loads of them, and they had the same thing. Keep with Fabianski. Keep with what you know. Interesting opinions, isn't it? Right, what we got here. Fabian was good at Real Madrid. Fabianski, the clean sheet's not the best. I know, Fo, but it's just something to look at. It's just something to compare, and it's across a career, isn't it, as well? So you know, and if you've lucky for him, he's played in front of, you know, he's played, as Joe said, he's played in front of winning teams. You know, winning teams. So fair play to him. You can't change a goalkeeper after a clean sheet. I totally agree. But the thing is, he wouldn't be changing the goalkeeper. He'd be changing the back three as well, because don't forget, Dawson's not going to play on Saturday. Diop probably won't play on Saturday. It's going to be Zuma and Ogbonna. For me, that's why I'm surprised that he hasn't come in. He didn't come in with Zuma, because they know they've got an understanding already. But then, whereas Fabianski hasn't got understanding with Zuma, but he's got understanding with Ogbonna. Areola's got understanding with Zuma, but not with Ogbonna. You know, it's like it's horses for courses. But it's a great debate to have, isn't it? So it's a mass debate. Where's my Minge? I haven't even got my Minge. I don't know where my Minge has gone. We're good when we've done that. Areola for Clive. Fab is fan, but the job will be vacant soon, so replacing him starts now. That's my view. Russ Bosch, you called it on Sunday. Of course I did, Flo, because I'm the voice of reason. Our second team is better than Man United's. Do you remember when Yes, I did. Nigel, Steliaku, and you all laughed at me saying when I said on Sunday we're going to end up beating Man United yesterday. Well, we would have beaten them on Wednesday, but I told it on Sunday because I thought our second team was better than their second team. Thank you. You see, I think Fabianski should be in goal for now. Let the natural evolution happen in due course. But why not now? Why not? That's what I mean. Why not now? Wow, loads of people are liking this. Fantastic. I really, really appreciate it. I think something weird's going to happen, but I'm not complaining. Thank you very much, everybody. What we've got here, Neil, Peach, let everyone chat to each other. It's lovely to see. If Fabianski finds himself in the lesser role sooner rather than later, he'd be able to extend his West Ham career by a couple of years. Not a bad backup call until the youngsters are ready. I think he's going to leave at the end of the season by all accounts. So, but he said he's not going to retire. So, yeah, and we've got some good guys. I mean, obviously we've got Trot out on loan. We've got Yang off on loan as well. We've got the guy who plays the under 23s, Higuain, who's Hungarian, who's very, very good as well. So we're doing all right. Hello, Gary. Hope you're well. Peach in the house. I say Areola, but I kind of felt bad casting that vote because it's not being massive. It's not being nasty to Fabianski, but we're in a situation now where we have two goalkeepers who are, I think, as good as each other. They both have different qualities, but they're just as good as each other. And this is the first time in several years we've had this since, as I said, Adrian and Randolph. And arguably that debate wasn't as these guys are a different gravy, aren't they? They were a different gravy. So it's not bad, but Fabianski's coming to the end of his career. It's the circle of life, Hakuna Matata, isn't it? So why not do it now? And that's the whole idea of these debate shows is to just everyone has an opinion like an arsehole. Everyone's got one. So let's not. That's what I said. Let's show them. Let's voice your opinions. You know what I mean? One good game doesn't make you number one. Fair play, Jeff. Fabianski's been outstanding since he ever signed for us. I totally agree. But, Fabianski is the first time he's had any competition for his place. Really, Adrian wasn't a competition. Randolph's not. Roberto, David Martin. This is the first time he's had any serious competition for his number one jersey. So it's going to be interesting to see. They've both got up their game because not up their game, but they're thinking, one bad performance. They've got a guy who's an international goalkeeper on the bench, ready to roll. Joe was great, wasn't he? I love Joe. He's such a nice guy. And when was it Celebrity? When they come and do it around West Ham, we'll get him on. We'll go down and do a little interview with him and get a few others. There's a lot of work for DT38 as well, the charity. So it's brilliant. Sadly, both suffer relegation, but strangely, I feel confident in both. I totally agree. They both got relegated. Areola number one, Fab's 2-year extension, back up if he wants to stay. We'll see. Faz is almost has been. Yeah, it's not feeling bad, but it's a realization that that's life, isn't it? I'm 40 years old on Saturday. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but I'm 40 years old. And yes, I did get a haircut. I don't usually pay for a haircut, but Mrs. Budden usually does it. But she's a bit stressed at the moment because we're having a party on Saturday. So I thought, I'll just go to, and I haven't been to that hairdresser's for 2 years. And they squeezed me in because it literally took like 2 minutes. But I had a bit of a touch today because I took the car in for the MOT and service. When you're always like, and it didn't need no work. So I had a little bit extra money. So I thought I'll get my hair cut. I know how to live. What we got here. So, hands down, Fabianski cost us on Ronaldo go again. He's a backup now. Please, if you're coming, say hello. Chat. Yeah, exactly. Indeed, we love engaging. And that's what the whole thing of this channel is about. It's all about getting your opinions. You said it before. Looking forward to the French triangle. Indeed, the French triangle, the France triangle. Heggy. That's it. That French, it's not a diamond, is it? It's not a diamond, it's a triangle. Unless you get a French midfielder in central midfield. In it, really. What are we on? We're on 29% Fabianski, 71% Areola. I think the people are speaking. We'll probably go about another 15, 20 minutes. And then, you've already had an hour of Anton and Matt. So, you don't want any more. What we got to say? Areola for me. I know, but still, indeed, Ariansky, very good, Neil. Take those splinters out of your arse. Sitting on that fence. My reasoning behind Fabianski for now comes down to pressure and expectations. I wouldn't want to burden Areola immediately after one game. Let him win the shirt in training. Interesting. But he has played for Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. And, I think he's used to pressure. Real Madrid. Real Madrid. He had Navas. PSG. Well, now he had Donnarumma, but he wasn't going to do it. That was before Donnarumma moved there. But there's always been a goalkeeper with him. So I would fancy Areola to save penalties, not Fab. Do you know what? I'm not strangely, but I agree with that, Father Snow. I think you're onto something there. There's something very. The thing is, with Fabianski, there's something very safe. He's not really Fabianski anymore, occasionally, but very rarely. Whereas Areola just seems to have that unpredictability that I like in a goalkeeper. It's weird because it's like you want a goalkeeper to be steady, but he was just exciting yesterday. The way he ran out and he just seems to have an incredible reaction. And anyone who keeps a clean sheet at Man United, fair play to him. Moyes will put Fabs on the bench and be quite saying isn't quite ready for retirement. Do you think we would have won at Fabianski last night? I don't think so. I think Areola made that game for us yesterday. Yes, Russ, everyone has an arsehole, but some people are arseholes indeed. Thank you, Rhonda. Plus competition will keep on his toes, but he's not. But I'm just thinking sometimes it's great to have competition, but sometimes it's not because you can't relax into your position. That's the way I see it. That's why, it's like there was sometimes where it was almost like I thought yesterday, and I've said it before, and someone criticised it on that, but I think for me, Areola seemed to be trying to do a bit too much, but maybe that's just his personality, and he wants to keep the shirt. And Fabianski, I think the first couple of games this season looked a bit unsure of himself, almost like he knows over his shoulder he's got someone bearing down his neck, and obviously they work together at training, as Jimmy would have said, and so. I don't know. It's very interesting. Use Carrier for the cup games and Fab for the lead and slowly bend Areola into the team. Why? Why slowly? Why slowly? Why do I always laugh when someone says Roberto? Poor Roberto. I would have said Fab would have hurt himself in the warm-up by now. Indeed. 14. I know. I'm only 39. The key is moisturise. Is that your party hairstyle? No, it's not my party hairstyle, but it's I mean, this is what I have, and I anyone who's follically challenged, the shorter it looks, the better it looks. Now on 40 indeed. Paul thinks he looks the business. He does. I think he does look the business. Pat, no, we've got to see. You're all talking to each other. Beanie's there. Mbappe for the diamond. Mbappe would be because the diamond won't work like that. No. You'd need someone like Kante in that middle, and then then that's a French diamond or a Rabiot or someone like that. Mbappe's up top. The tripod, indeed, the French tripod. What? Oh, shut up. What is you? Fabianski, I thought Russ was only 34. Oh, I like you, Happy Amaret. I like you. 29% Fabianski, 71% Areola. Oh, yes, I like you, Happy. I would just leave that comment in there for a little bit longer. And Neil's one looks younger now. He's had his haircut. Oh, thanks. You guys, shucks, you guys. It's a diamond, Russ. 3 points, my man. A diamond hasn't got 3 points. Diamond's definitely got 4 points. Someone Google that. Will be don't encourage him, Beanie. Indeed, Areola is excitable. Cup keeper for now. Or dad dancing. I'm one of those guys who's literally the first one on the dance floor and the last one off. Can't wait. Everyone's chatting to themselves. It's lovely to say, lovely to see. Get Mbappe in. We can call it the kite formation. Indeed. Beanie's having a bit of fun there. Oh, I love it. There are an absolute shed loads of you watching. 333 are watching. 290 likes. That is bullshit. Oh, sorry. 218. Someone's disliked it because I said bullshit. Oh, I love it. So, 28% Fabianski, 72% Areola. And I'm going to go for those stats again because I think they're interesting stats. I took my time on those stats. I spent a bit of time, as I said, and again, interesting. Fabianski, 36, 1.9 meters high, 400. Let me take that thing out so you can see. bit better. There we go. 406 appearances, not including internationals. I think he played about 50 or so internationals. 119 clean sheets. Areola was 28, 195. So slightly to 195. Really, getting back with Jimmy Walker. No, club 195 in Epping. 195 appearances 267, clean sheets 109. And I know Fo's going to moan, but you look at the goals conceded, 503, half as many goals. But obviously he's played a third as many games. The clean sheets is what I find particularly impressive. And then if you're looking at goals per game across Fabianski's career, and this is from I think it's 2011 or 2012, and the same with Areola for this one from WhoScored.com. 1.31 goals per appearance, and Areola's less than 1 goal an appearance. Clean sheet 0.29, 0.41. Goal minutes per goal 68 to 93, and saves to game 3.2 to 2.6. And then you've got your pass success rate, 70% pass success rate for Areola, 23 passes on average compared to Fabianski's 27, and long balls 8 to 5. So there we go. Interesting stats. As I said, we're going to be doing more and more of these going forward. We take a single subject, we try and dissect it, we try and get someone on who's who's a special guest or someone who knows what they're talking about, rather than me blabbering on for 36 minutes, and just get people's opinions. Can you get Zamora back on, please? We'll try. The new flagship oh, here you go, Howard. Shh. Be quiet. The new flagship show. That's what we like to see. No. The West Ham Weekly will always be the flagship show. This is just like, the naughty cousin. The naughty cousin. We do things a little bit blue here. Language. Flo's asleep. Cowpole. Dose of cowpole. Still not well, bless her. Still not well. Still got a bit of a cold. And a bit more cowpole. But yes. If Stell is the granddad, if Stell is the granddad, what is Stell? I think, yeah. Okay. If Stell is the granddad, what is Russ and Anton? I think that's meant to be Anton. You've slagged yourself off. Totally wrong there. Is Russ shorter than Stell? I think I am, actually. Slightly. I think I am. If we were doing the 3 bears, Anton's the big bear, mummy bear, and I'm baby bear. Not in age. I think Anton's younger than me, but I'm definitely younger than Stell. Great color-coded graphics. Love the use of the transfer market credit. Well, you have to credit. And that's what we try and do. We try and give you some stuff. That's what we all try and do across the network. Compared to other YouTube channels, we do all the graphics and the videos and try and make it a bit more interactive with you guys. That's what we do. 10%. Reason to remember the name. 10% Martin, 20% Flabby, 50% Areola, and 50% Payne. Indeed. Why not sign the entire French national squad? We're too busy signing the Czech Republic squad. Innit? They're lying. They're lying, says Thomas. And yeah, indeed, great to see you have 2 players competing for almost every position. But that's the key to a good squad. And again, credit to Stell. He put together a little thing, and actually I think now it's complete now, and there are 2 players in every position. If you play 4-2-3-1, albeit some moving about. Is that then big? I know Tony, but I'm just putting it out there. Stats are there to be used and abused. I'm still of the persuasion Roberto was misunderstood. God bless you. God bless you. I'll take the check. I'll take him every day. Alex Kroll. I mean, I know this is meant to be, thought he was absolutely outstanding yesterday. Of course, Roberto was a good keeper. Did you not see his neck tattoo? Yeah, every inch. It does, Beanie. Believe me. And it's not about the inch. It's about the hammer it hammers it in with. Let's be honest. People want change for the sake of it. No way should Fabianski get dropped. He's done little wrong. True, but if someone's better, in my opinion, I think Areola is a better. I think he's a better goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper who's going to be our goalkeeper for several years. And That's one frustration with Fabianski. I'd like to, if we got Fabianski maybe 2 or 3 years earlier, I would suggest he would be in the same league in terms of fans looking at him as Ludo. Oh, did you just say that? I did just say that. Because I'll tell you for why. Because Ludo was there for so many years and he had such a presence on the team. And I think Fabianski has had that. You know, we've had and Roberto particularly, that 6-month period basically cost Pellegrini's job, really. And it was all because of, you know, we let Adrian go. And we thought we'd get these 2 guys in for the sake of giving. It just didn't work, did it? He just showed the importance of a goalkeeper. Didn't read the job feature. There we go. Loving the poll feature. And the poll is saying 30% Fabianski, 70% Areola. Moyes doesn't change it when he doesn't, but it's yeah. I know. Hang about. What's Russ Flint live at this hour? I do come on live at 9 o'clock usually, Scott. No, sometimes I do. But it's usually with guests. To be fair, we was meant to be doing I was trying to do today a Q&A with an ex-player. Unfortunately, couldn't get. He's not very well, so this is my backup. So I had it already, and then I chatted to Joe. This afternoon and said, "Look, do you fancy coming on for 10 minutes?" And obviously, if you missed it, we had Joe Seeley on right at the beginning, talking about what he thought. Hammer is correct. Moyes is stubborn. He is. FBR is another good reference. Thank you. We'll check that out. More polls upcoming, Russ. Well, we've already got one. We've got Fabianski. You're talking about the poll. 29% Fabianski, 71. Yeah, we use the polls in the in the rating show all the time. Works really well. So I thought it was quite fun. Tomorrow's schedule. There we go. Lunchtime live. We've got the Moyes presser. That means press conference to you and me. And then we've got Leeds preview. Who's on the Leeds preview, Anton? Who have we got? We got anyone from Leeds? Who's on the Leeds preview? Let me know. Put it in the description. So tomorrow, as I said, but lunchtime live will be a bit early tomorrow. It may be 11:30. It may be 11:45. Because Mrs. Budden, it's the start of my. I don't have told anyone, but it's my birthday on Saturday, and I'm 40, and Mrs. Budden's got a whole weekend of things planned, and it starts tomorrow. I have to be ready for 1:30. That's dressed as well. And so I have to be dressed at 1:30. Then Saturday we're going out for lunch. Then we've got a party, little shindig, and then Sunday we're going out as well. And then the following weekend I'm going. Mrs. Budden's taking me away somewhere. 87% of stats. You're totally right, man. You're totally right. What we got here? The Super Chef's in the building. I like the polls too, Club. I can't believe that. Just this one for now. Ludo. What we got here? Fo was a good guest, but then next day said would win 2-0. But that's Shax. Honestly, coolest. Shaq is literally the coolest guy I've ever known. I love Shaq. Why did I invite? Oh, idiot! Should have asked him along. Sorry, I've not been on many lunchtime shows. Sorry, your absence has been noted. I'm surprised many people are considering he's great. He's showing Fulham last year. Great, he was their player of the year, but they were relegated. He fits us. He did a nail. But don't forget when Fabianski got relegated from Swansea, he was their player of the year as well. Plus, was he in the team this season? I think he was in the bench of the team this season. Hislop cost us the World Cup, FA Cup. No, poor Hislop. No. Poor Hislop, Pat. I felt sorry for him. Areola's time will come, but if he is not good, that's interesting. Someone our unlikes went from 3 to 2, so someone's changed their mind. Thank you. Is that because it's my birthday? He was probably the best player. He was, and everyone liked for what a great keeper Areola was, and he knows he can do it. So I'm why wait? I'm just there. I'm just trying to get some. Let's see what we can do. Russ Boss, happy birthday! Say thank you. I imagine the cards in the post photo or something like that. We should get up to I don't know. Sorry, mate. You should put the poll into the live you're planning. Yeah, but the thing is, it's someone else's hammers. It's their hammers 11, isn't it? So no, Maybe. We'll see. We've got some good ones lined up, actually. Speaking about that, we've got next week, we've got a youth team player who never quite made it into the first team. We always thought he always go on loan and would be brilliant, and he could never. Yeah, and then the following week, we've got someone completely different. Someone who was coming to the end of his career when he joined West Ham. So we've got bookends. We've got 2 bookends, and actually we've also got another guy lined up who played for West Ham in the youth team, didn't make it to the first team, and then went and had a great career in the lower leagues. So interesting. It is my birthday on Saturday, Howard. I haven't mentioned it. Ordering now, chefs off to pick up a McDonald's. You're a chef, man. You're a chef. He's a recycled 20. How dare? How's he? You can't bench him after a clean sheet. He'll have a better picture after both have played. Do you know what? Fair play. I think that's what we're asking the question now, because we've all got an opinion. You watched the game yesterday. You've seen Fabianski play. Have a guess, have an opinion. I think that's the great thing. That's what I love about football, and that's why I love listening to the rating shows that Matt does, because literally everyone has different opinion, and it tends to be sort of, is it a 6 or is it an 8? Well, it's not much, not a huge difference. But for me, it's like we've all got an opinion. I'm not saying anything's right. No one else to say. Everyone's. And every channel has a different opinion on stuff as well. And that's what I love about it, because we can literally sit here, 5 different people can say 5 different things. And why not? Because, no one really knows. And again, that's why we're stuck here watching 300, I don't know what's going on now, but 300 or so are watching this, rather than, at at Rush Green, actually doing doing training sessions and stuff. We don't know, do we? Did you go Sanders? No, I didn't go to Sanders. No, I went to, is that school? You're talking about schools? No, I was a Loughton boy. Went to Davenham. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you much. People everywhere at City heard. Well, there we go. Sure. Lower leagues, not Scott. No, it wasn't Scotty. No. I think Fabs will be at Leeds and will play midweek. They usually win on my birthday. Just saying. I'm confident of winning the next 4 games, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. I think he won yesterday. I think we'll win against Leeds. I think we'll win against Vienna. I think we'll win against Brentford. And so that'd be 4 games. And then is it the break then, the international break? Because then we've got 3 games. I know the end of the month in October, we've got Genk, Spurs, and City all at home. God, poor Rusty B. Glad to see Stu at Slater Network, one of the youngest. Lovely guy, Stu. We're going to get him back on. We'll get him back on to do a live. And that's what we can do. We can get him all back on to do a live Q&A and give you guys a chance to ask questions to Stuart Slater, to Trevor Morley, to who else? Loads of people. Areola is an excellent keeper. He was just undiscovered, a bit like Ben Rahm at Brentford. Well, I think Areola was always a good goalkeeper, isn't he? I just think everywhere he's been, he's played 290, 300 games, and everywhere he's been, it just seems that he hasn't established himself in the first team for a long period of time. So I think, with that comes confidence, comes consistency. And so I think you're going to honestly, I think once when he takes over the number 1 jersey, you're going to see a world-class goalkeeper there. I really honestly do. With the guys around him, that defense is going to be rock solid for several years. And I think that's really exciting. Then you've got a platform to build on. It's not year to year, we need a new goalkeeper, we need a new centre-back, this. We could have a foundation which we could have for several years, and that's really exciting. Playing on my birthday too. There we go. Very good to know. Milenkovic's agent, Mr. Okay, very good. I didn't get that. Nice try, Thomas. Nice try. I saw you. I think we played really well yesterday. Thank you, Smith. Shame about Fredericks. They really need to put grass where he got his injury. It's happened to. It is. It just stops, isn't it? The pitch just stops. And there's no runoff. At least in like rugby, you have like another like 10 yards, don't you? So you get the try line, the dead ball line, and then you get a bit more grass. It's a bloody good point. Bloody good point. And also, you might see today that West Ham are considering entering the safe standing bill and testing that in January. That'd be interesting. What's the latest? He bullied for pace. Sadly, loads of players have been injured there. Need to get the guy. He said the same thing, but I totally agree. He is. I believe he came a little bit of a knock, but I reckon he'll be all right. Not many. He's got look like he's a thigh injury, but he won't be off for months. I think he's only a little bit of time. No worries. I got that. You did get me. You got me today. You got me today with Dixon Cider. Our youth team player, Dixon Cider. Because we had a youth team player. Was it Terry Dixon? Was it Terry Dixon? So I actually read that. Sir Jeff, not Sir Jeff. We've got a few others lined up. Some good ones lined up. We've got some very good ones lined up eventually. But as with everything, it's just trying to get into people's diaries, really. I think Areola could do the job for us. He looked hungry, and I think he could give that quick action on the counter. I feel like Fab has slowed down a bit, getting on the break. That's what I mean. He takes Areola's position is very higher, is higher up in the box, so he can get that sort of like, you know, that I hate the expression sweeper keeper or foosball keeper, or but that's what he is. We've got All Leeds TV on tomorrow. Is that with wait a tick. All Leeds TV, is that what I know it is, or is that the other one I'm thinking about? There's a few. All Leeds TV. No, it's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the other one. I'm thinking about the other one. But we got All Leeds TV on tomorrow. So make sure you check them out. We've got Anton, he'll be on 22. They got more subscribers than us. But then a lot of people do. But check them out, because we'll have Anton doing a live preview with All Leeds TV. So that'll be good. We'll have the show. We have the lunchtime show tomorrow. We'll also have the Moyes press conference. If you're still on, Anton, if you want to come on and have a chat, let me know what you think. What does Anton think about the debate, the mass debate? We'll be mass debating now for 52 minutes. I'm red raw now, man. I'm red raw. No lube or anything. We've just gone straight in, and we've been masturbating for 52 minutes, for 52 minutes. It's not Triple H. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he got me good. Stands would appeal to a lot of fans. I agree. Never want to see Yama play for us again. Well, I think he'll probably play the next cup game. Areola put that ball onto the ball last night. It was a brilliant save. It was a brilliant save. But don't forget, he'd run out and missed the ball, hadn't he? There was that slight erraticism. Have I just made up a word? And then he came, and so it was a little bit like that. But I quite is it me that I quite enjoy that in a goalkeeper, that little bit of craziness. We haven't had it for a while, and it's prime Adrian, really, in terms of being that sort of crazy goal, or like Roberto was just shit, but like a proper one. Yeah. Just saying. Yes, is that Phillips 30 right? Because but also Leeds have got, isn't like half their first team were out. Bamford's out, Rafinha's got a late fitness test, and and so is Harrison, and we've got to win. Clive Allen for my Hammers. Isn't he still at Tottenham? He's doing that. Isn't he still a coach at Tottenham? Actually, might not be now with Nuno taking over. Let Anton just go and ask. Oh, harsh, Beanie, harsh. Didn't even kiss first, Russ. Straight in, Clive. Straight in with the masturbate. That's what we like, man. Straight in. No dilly dally, no foreplay. Let's go straight in, and let's see how long we can keep this master. There was a bit of erraticism in a master. There was. Always is. Areola must have a scorpion. That's what I mean. He's got that in his locker, innit? And he's the type of goalkeeper who he's got that sort of, I don't know what it is, but it's like a little bit like Edison's, a bit like that. He's got that sort of, yeah, but he'll take on, he'll beat it, he'll like, he'll get the ball and he'll drop a shoulder and beat him, and he'll be like, oh, why the fuck did you do that? But we go at the end of the day, we go to football to be entertained, don't we? realistically, it's one of those things where, unlike say American football, where every year you could have a chance of winning the Super Bowl. Everyone has, because of the draft system and stuff like that. Some teams naturally will do better, but we go into a season thinking we're not going to win the prize. We're not going to. We just hope we get higher up in the league. So but we want to be entertained. As long as we're not relegating, as long as we're having a good cup run, someone like Areola is really going to entertain us as a goalkeeper. And yeah, he's going to have those sort of like sort of heart in mouth moments. But I kind of enjoy that. Is that weird? Is that a bit sadist? So I'm thinking I'm making up. Is that sadist? Sadist? Masochist? I don't know. Is it weird that I like that? Any chance to go Ashton on? We'll try. We always try with Dino. Dino's a very busy man at the moment. Very tough to choose between Fabi. 26% at Fabianski, 74% Areola. But Fabi has to be number 2 at some time and looks very athletic. He does. Really athletic, and I think there's a real difference there. Kicks the crossbar as a party trick. Fabianski kicks the post. Do we adopt the Ludo song for I'm thinking the Spider-Man tune with Areola's name in it? Just felt so confident wasn't going to get beaten last night. I agree. Who is my NFL team? My NFL team, I don't really have one. My NFL team is the team that I've just seen All or Nothing about on Amazon Prime. So I was really into the Arizona Cardinals, and then I was into the Rams, only because I've seen them, and then I was into the wherever it was. Yeah, so I when I used to sort of live in America for quite a prolonged period, never used to go and see the NFL. It was never on when I was there. It was always the MLS or the baseball or the basketball. Russo is talking sense. Screenshot that, please. Can you screenshot that, please? Russ is talking sense. Quizzo. Or are you saying you're taking sense? That's the question. Masturbating Minge, what's his channel? Come to, very good. I wouldn't be surprised if Pep resigned. There we go. Fabius is a brilliant shot stopper. He's more athletic and gets higher for crosses. He makes Fab look very static. Spencer is right. There we go. New York Jets and me. How naughty. We're all a bit naughty here, isn't it? It's late night. The Cincinnati Bengals. There we go. Areola could give a giant Asian forest frog a run for its money on jumps. There we go, Quizzy. I used to like the Miami Dolphins, but that was because I used to like the Miami Dolphins, just because they were like everywhere, weren't it? And then there was the Raiders, weren't they? Everyone had like Raiders stuff on, just because you had sort of skull and crossbones and stuff like that. This is not a NFL podcast, but yeah. Interesting to know. The Patriots used to like as well because they used to win. The Patriots used to win everything, and the Green Bay Packers used to win anything. I was a proper turncoat when it came to that. The Bears, the Giants, the Patriots. I live by Chicago. Gary, I love Chicago, man. Honestly, there's one place I love New York, but for me, Chicago's like New York dialed down to about 7. Really nice pace of life, wonderful people. Beautiful along the sort of the riverside there, and thick pizza. I love a good thick crust pizza. I won't lie. You can tell I like a pizza anyway, but I particularly like a thick crust, and a Chicago style pizza is fantastic. Used to watch NFL as a boy on Channel 4. Patriots and Redskins, one from each conference, and obviously the Redskins were, isn't it? They're not the Redskins anymore, are they? They've got a new name. Are they just the Skins now? But yeah, into Miami, MLS. That's MLS, though, isn't it? Although I do like on the one below the MLS, which is the NSL. Is it the NSL? I was going to say double SL, but that's the Women's Super League. NSL. I like Miami FC because my mate plays for him. I had in Miami's 11 a guy called Paco Craig, lovely guy, and he used to play for Louisville, and he came back and tried to find a club, and no one would sign him because all the stats aren't recognised in Europe for the despite the fact he was team of the season and stuff. He was a phenomenal centre back. He had a trial at QPR and Wickham and Crawley, and then he went, and basically Miami got him. He went back to Miami. Fair play to him. Yes, I love Chicago. I can't help it. I know it's my kind of town. See what I did there. Chicago is half me to Sam. Sorry. There we go. Do we have options to buy? I think no. I don't know about Kroll. I'll be honest. Areola definitely. It's the same deal. I think that that Fulham had. Oh, do you like my new chair? Look, this is my mother-in-law. Look, my new chair. I can't get it. Oh, sorry. I almost bald spot. Look. No. Look, it's one of those gaming chairs. It's a West Ham one. Mother-in-law got it for me for my birthday. Did I mention it's my birthday on Saturday? So she got it for me. Yeah. We might want to see it. It's very, very comfy. It's very comfy. Everyone's talking to themselves. Fabianski's a more cerebral keep and reads the game. Yes. Good word. Cerebral. The cerebral assassin. That was Triple H, wasn't it? Areola is slightly better than Fab. 2 years ago, Fab was better. That's a good way. Hate them less. Softly support. Do you know what? I used to go because I was based in Elizabeth, New Jersey, which is basically Red Bulls. So I went to see them quite a bit, which was quite good. Anton's going back. I think he's probably gone to bed, to be honest. Yeah, nice try. I'm not saying that one. Being shut down the stairs again. He has. Well, there we go. Nice chair. Thanks. Very comfy. Triple H, the cerebral assassin. Someone half-inch the chair from the ground. Oh, no. It does look like the chair. It does look like the manager's chairs, doesn't it? I wouldn't be able to get that. I couldn't get that one in my bag. I mean, and then to go into the sports club afterwards. We can get Kroll for another 13 million euro. Definitely. Wouldn't you agree? I tell you what, I think that would they'd smash it. I was really impressed by Kroll. I know we're doing the whole Fabianski thing, but I think that's sort of we'll end the poll in a minute, but it's pretty much Areola's won by a landslide. But I thought Kroll was fantastic. I thought he didn't offer as much physically as a Souček would, but he put it about a bit, and he's got some stuff that he can play on the ball. And hopefully we've got him with an obligation to buy rather than an option, no, either or. First refusal, because I think he would really, and we've worried about that, haven't we? We worried about that with what was it when Souček or Rice, one of them are out, you're thinking, oh god, we have to put Noble in or we have to put Lanzini. Kroll will fit in easily. Yep, he's probably been put to bed. I do agree Areola is more entertaining, but it's a bit too risky, which is why I think we'll play it safe and stick with the trusty Fabianski on Saturday. We know Moyes doesn't like to take risks, realistically, in it, but I like a bit of a risk taker sometimes. Those checkmates or something, they're just made differently, aren't they? They're solid. And in the same way that, remember when Soufal turned up, we bought him on the Friday and he played on the Saturday. He looked like he'd never been out the pitch. He'd always been training for years with West Ham. Same thing with Kroll. Did you say Lanzini shirt has been won? I didn't say it, but I know the Lanzini shirt was won a long time ago by John Ratomski. Won it a long time ago, and Anton forgot to send it to him, but he said it to him. Buy them second in the sub, but really, Spence, we're not going to buy a striker. I mean, I've covered half a dozen transfer windows, and everyone we're going to get a striker. We're not going to strike. Moyes won't buy a striker unless it's Antonio Mark II. He won't buy a striker. So I'd rather reinvest and I mean, he's got Bowen, he's got Vlasic who can play in that position as well now. So, I thought Bowen did very well yesterday. Carl's been going like he's been here for years. I totally agree. Commitment to buy if he plays a certain number of games. Thank you, Fresh, as always. Looks a promising, better prospect than Vlasic. Different players, though, innit? Different players. Kroll fits into a position which is no disrespect to Kroll, but it's a relatively defensive midfielder. He's different from being an attacker. Defensive midfield player. If we don't concede a goal, he's done a good job. I think Vlasic will be a very good, but I think he's going to be similar to Ben Rama. We all gave him time, didn't we? We gave him time to adjust to the game and adjust to the pace, and I think when he does, he's going to be a good player. I mean, also Fornicator, when he came on yesterday, was outstanding. I suggest we got our money ready for Kroll. He's excellent. Far more is more of a large poodle enforcer midfield, not a bulldog, but I think we had the bulldog from Mark Noble yesterday. He was on a mission to win that game. He was on a mission to leave some stuff on Jesse Lingard, and he got to the point when Matic was trying to do some of his old dirty tricks, wasn't he? With us pressing from the front, Fab still stays on the line. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean, Trini. Areola naturally was on the box, was on the edge of his box. It means obviously potentially he could be Davy Beckham'd and looped, but it means he's got a better starting position for if the ball over the top, particularly when yesterday we had people like Greenwood running, people like Sancho running, Martial, quick guys. He was off the mark, ready to roll. Vlasic's movement was off on the ball. Fair, yeah, I agree. Here we go. Yeah, good point. Kral, Souček, Soufal, and Zuma, £5 billion less than Ben White. And then they also bought the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League yesterday as well, last year. Never understood that. Particularly with Sam Johnston, he's still at West Brom. But he's displaying poor Big John. I know. It was almost like taunting him. Vlasic still needs time to adjust the EPL. I totally agree. We have the office on Areola, but the price on this disclosed. I think it's 25 million. I think Nose was true leader, Peach. He was. Classic Noble yesterday. Czechs are like the Amish. We work 8 hours, they work 12. There we go. Indeed. Now it needs time to acclimatise. It'll come good. Just look at 4 hours. Yep, no, I totally agree. And also, Vlasic is a penalty taker as well, I believe. I think you told me that, Fo. I think you did. So if it's wrong, it's your fault. If it's 11 minutes, 11 minutes. I thought it's I don't think it's 25. Maybe I got confused with Ben Rama. We'll go with Stel. We trust in Stel, the flagship show host. We'll trust in him. Noble played well, but he's nervous and shoots at the keeper. Didn't keep his eyes. Told me 94 and helped me in finishing. Well, there we go. Noble, yeah, he got into a position where it was almost like, oh, what do I do? A bit like Ben Johnson did it in the first half, and he ran through and he ran into the box, and Masuaku did the most pointless side run, and he just didn't know what to do. We used to find, I meant to say, he could be, but I mean that's originally what he was bought for. He was bought as a 10 from Villarreal by Pellegrini, and Moyes converted to this sort of box to box. I like him in the box to box, and I like Ben Rama behind Antonio. And I think Fornells just brings something. It brings a sense of energy. And I know it was all a bit sort of yesterday when he came on and they didn't take Noble off. We're like, oh God, 90 minutes of Noble in, on a yellow card as well. But it was right. It was the right deal. It was the right substitution. Right. Okie dokie. So we're going to close. We're going to end this poll now. I've ended the poll. It was 7. Oh, I can't see it now. What an idiot. 70. It was 27%. 27% said Fabianski. 73. Hey, I start maths. 73% picked Areola as our number one. Interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of mass debates, and we'll do it again. If you have any other ideas, what we're going to do, let us know. Make a comment. Any questions you'd like us to do a mass debate on, let us know. And we'll come to that. Won't do every week, but when ex-West Ham players let me down because they're ill, we'll drag this out. And we've got some other stuff as well. We're going to start the quiz nights again. We're going to start the game shows again. We've got a very exciting game show series going to start soon. It's pretty everywhere. He is, man. Russ, what time do I have to wake up tomorrow to have a chat and wish you a happy birthday? So, right. I'm just trying to think. We'll probably be on about 11:45 to 12 o'clock. So a little bit earlier. So I'm thinking we do 45-minute show. Then I've got 45 minutes to get ready. I've got to be ready to go at 1:30 UK time. So, I've got to do my hair, wash my hair. So that'll take 2 seconds. So there we go. Alfie, evening. Hope you're well. Where have you been for the last hour and 10 minutes? Football smiled on Noble. Another day he would have been sent off. Particularly that, and penalties as well. And that penalty that should have been Lingard. How come it's this? Alfie, we do live shows all the time. We're literally live almost every day. Actually, I think we are live every day, apart from Sunday this week. I think tell a lie. We will have a rating show on Sunday. We've been live every day this week, and we'll be live every day next week, possibly. We've got some ex-Hammer Miami's 11 books in as well, so we've got them coming in, and we'll do some live Q&As with ex-West Ham players as well. Paul Masuaku, always a bridesmaid, the bride, stuck behind defence and midfield. Who's cleaning up? I don't know who is. My bad, I thought this was the rating. No, we've done the ratings. We've done ages ago. There you go. Great idea, Russ. I enjoyed the focused debate. You are a genius. Another screenshot, please. Thank you. Just have a screenshot. Clive, that's very rude. Very rude. How dare you? Foshi is a massive version. Well, he never gives the ball away, does he? Arthur Masuaku. Better than Lukaku. Wash your face, Russ. Just wiping a wet fan over your head will do the job. It does. And that's what I was saying to the barber today. He was laughing because I said, well, at least I have to do my hair later on. Anyway, glad didn't make a tit of himself. Boom, boom. I was waiting for that. An hour and 11 minutes, and someone finding it. Anyway, Howdy is goalkeeper for now. Well, James, according to our poll, which we've run for the last hour and so, 27% voted Fabianski, 73% voted the other one, Areola. Anyway, hope everyone has a great rest of the evening. Neil, have a great rest of the day. We'll be back here about 11:45, 12 o'clock tomorrow. So the only way to make sure you know what time we're on is by subscribing. And hitting the bell icon, and then you'll know all about when we're coming on. Consider becoming a member of the Barmy West Ham Network member army. Over 50 members so far, and we appreciate every one of you. As I said, if you like it, give it a share, give it a like, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share. We want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year to prove still wrong. Hashtag prove still wrong. That's what we want to do. As I said, we've got loads of members so far. We really appreciate every one of them. Pretty lovely to the chat. No more show tonight, my man. We're all going to go to sleep. We're back here tomorrow. As I said, we've got over 50 members, and we'd like to thank every one of them. So take care, stay safe, wash those hands, come you irons, and thank you to our members.